Today, I'm going to show you two guys that I believe to be really good buys that have started going up but have a lot more to go with a lot more profit to go as we get closer to the NBA season and as the season actually kicks off. But first, what I wanted to tell you about quick was my Sports Card Society. If you've watched my videos, you've probably heard about it. My Sports Card Society, where basically I make an exclusive video almost every day with a laying out all kinds of research and a card that I'm buying and that I'm recommending to buy. And we've been doing really well with that. For instance, a while ago, back in early October, I was recommending getting this Ja Morant PSA 10 courtside. Now, this is a very low pop count card, and it's a really cool card, and it is, dare I say, classic. But anyways, look at this. On November 18th, this card sold for about $1,500, and this is an auction, so you know it's pretty legit in terms of what the market's willing to bid because they actually auctioned it. So I was recommending it to my Sports Card Society back in early October, saying get this card now while it's low because it's going to, as we get closer to the season, it's going to go up. As you see, as we get back to early October, this card was going for $635. So that's a pretty good profit there, and I expect that card to go up. I'm not selling it yet, and I'm not recommending to sell it yet. But anyways, so if you'd like to get in on getting tips like this and joining the profit with us, just click the link in the description at sportscardsociety.com. It's only $9.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Heck, if you don't like it, I'll just give you your money back anyways, because it's about having fun and building a community. Also, subscribe to this. Subscribe to this channel. Give me a like, and now let's dive into the content. The first guy I got for you, I really think he's got a long ways to go up. He had a really good growth last year in his play, in his playing time, in his production, and he's still young, and his cards haven't really started hitting that big up wave yet, but it's coming, and it's still early enough, and I've been recommending this card to my society a few weeks ago, and we've been buying them up, and they've gone up a little bit, but they still have more to go because we still got a month before the season even kicks off. So that guy is Devonte Graham. Now, I'm recommending both of his cards, but mostly his Prism. As you see, Devonte Graham's Prism in the past, what I have it set here is from July 1st to November now. That card's gone up about 100% in that time. That's his Prism base PSA 10. But anyways, that was Rui back there. I wanted to see what this was. But in this time frame, that card's gone up 109%. Now let's take a look at what this card has done in the past, let's say month. Let's go back to the beginning of November. And there we go. Picking the wrong year. That's not going to be helpful going into the future. Let's go to the end of October to today, and let's search for this. So the Devonte Graham Prism, it's actually gone down just a little bit, and what we want to do is it's a really good time to buy this because it's still staying down here and it hasn't really gone up yet, but it's coming because let's look at his stats from last year. See, he was a rookie in 2018-19 season. He didn't play a whole lot, only about 14, 15 minutes a game, averaging only 5 points, but then took a big jump in his sophomore year, getting up to 18 points, made a big step in his rebounds and certainly his assists. So a very productive player, and I expect him to do better this year too. Put that probably over 20 points. His rebounds, my guess, will stay about the same, but his assists might go up a little bit, 8, maybe 9. That's a really productive player. And with all of the cards swinging up so far in the market, his haven't really swung up too much yet. And so that's why I think he's a really good buy because he's a really productive player, and you can still get his Prism and his Optic, for that matter, for very cheap. You can get his PSA 10 Optic. I mean, it costs $25 minimum to get this card graded at PSA. By the way, members of the Sports Card Society get 20-day PSA grading for just $25. And I was wrong in what I just said because the lowest you're going to pay to grade cards at PSA now is $50, and that's for 25-day grading. So that's another benefit of being in the society is you get to access to our resources, and one of our resources gives you 20-day PSA grading for just $25. So that saves a lot of money there. Anyways, to get this card graded, if you're not going through the society, it's going to cost you $50 just to get it graded, and there's no guarantee of it being a 10. Same thing here with the Prism. By the way, this increase in price to get cards graded is making cards worth more money because it makes the grading worth that much more because it costs people more money. They have to sell them for more money. So when I walk in here and I see I can get a PSA 10 of a player like Devonte Graham for less than $50, I'm buying that. And I've bought several of these. I've bought his Prisms too because $115 for a Prism PSA 10 for a player that has this kind of productivity where he averaged almost 20 points last year. Let's look at that again. 18, 3.5, 7.5. I mean, this guy is on his way up, right? He played 35 minutes a game, decent field goal percentage. That's acceptable. 3-point, that's pretty good there. But a guy like that, like his cards are going to catch the swing here in the next week or two. I think certainly before the season kicks off. It's just there's been free agency and the NBA draft, and what's great about that is it's bringing people increasing activity in the market, but it's mostly focused around the big players like Trae Young is really leading the way and Luka, and then people are focusing on rookies and the free agent acquisitions and different ripples that are made from that, not just the players that are signed or traded, but the teams they go to and the players on those teams and the teams they leave and the players on those teams. Does that make sense? So Devonte Graham hasn't been big, and the Hornets haven't been very big in that. So here we go. These are good buys. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. I mean, $50 for an Optic PSA 10. Come on. Low pop count. Only 68 of these suckers. Only 831 of his Prism. So if he does something, by the way, I'm saying his cards are going to go up regardless of if he makes huge splashes. If he makes some big splashes, he starts putting up some 30-point games, which I very wholeheartedly believe is going to happen. I mean, at those times when he puts up those big games, these cards are going to go spike, 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 and there's not going to be a whole lot of supply, but there's going to be a lot of demand, and you're going to be in on the supply. These are the things I recommend to my members all the time, looking at things like that. All right, so the next guy I have for you is Darius Bazley. Now, Darius Bazley is a guy also I've been recommending to my society probably about 3 weeks ago. So we've been nabbing him up down here in this kind of lull down here. This is his silver that I'm looking at. I was also recommending his regular Prism PSA 10, but his silver was a really good buy because if you see, you go back to early September, early mid-August, that card is going for around 500 plus, and we were snatching it down here for around 300, and that's why I was like, I'm buying this. And I'm going to recommend it to my members too. And so some of them bought it. Hopefully they bought a bunch of them because now it's already gone up to 425. But remember, this card got up to a high of around 525, and right now it's selling for 425. So that tells me there's still some room in there. Because Darius Bazley, let's look quickly at his stats. And the Thunder, there are not, they've actually made some splash. That's why his cards have actually gone up here some, as I showed you here. Because I figured the Thunder they were gonna make some trades. They're gonna get rid of some people. And they have done that. And so in that time, during free agency here in the past week or two, boom, 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 that card has gone up. Well, you know what? Let's look it up here quick on Market Movers. By the way, this is the Market Movers tool. One of the most, if not the most important tool I use to do research to make sports cards investments. I have a link. I'll put a link in the description for this, and use code SOCIETY for 20% off. Now, let's pull this sucker up again with the new dates. And look at it, it's just been going up. Like I said, we were snapping it down here around low 300s. I think Market Movers doesn't account for every single sale because I know I got one for like $295. And look, over that time, it says it's gone up 21%. But on a card like this, that's a pretty good gain, and it's on its way up. And Bazley, during the season, it looks like he will do even more, get more opportunity than he's had in the past. Because remember, he was a rookie last year, and he didn't play a whole lot. 18 and a half minutes, because superstars on the team, you know what I mean? So 5 points, 4 rebounds, not even an assist, but he's going to get more playing time. And he's going to get more points, and he's going to get more boards, and he's going to get more assists, and he's going to get more points, and he's going to get more playing time, right? His field goal percentage, pretty decent. 3-point, that's pretty good too. But to get his silver right now for 425, I think is still a good buy. If you were in the society, you would have gotten a video showing you why and telling you to buy this card back here. Actually, even a little bit before that, but when it was a little lower. But still, good buys, right? Bazley's going to get more playing time. He's going to make more splash. This is a good card to buy. So Bazley and Devontae Graham, good buys. I recommend the Prisms and the Optics. The only thing I have pulled up here is the silver because that's the only one that's in market movers because Darius Bazley's not the biggest player, right? So there's got to be a certain amount of transaction volume for it to really make its way into market movers. More of his cards are going to come in here. But his silver I pulled up as a good example because that's a good price for a silver PSA 10. Silver PSA 10s are just, they cost so much now for players, and they have such a high ceiling that I think Luka's got up to around 10,000 last year. Now, in no way am I saying Bazley or Graham are going to be like Luka, but I'm just saying that those cards go up a lot, even though they have pretty high pop counts, and this one's only at 100. So Bazley and Graham, I'm buying. I have bought. Anyway, so hey, by the way, if you want to join in the profit with us and join the site and get an exclusive video every day and get tipped off to cards like this, to sports card investments like this earlier than now when they're down lower, then just go to sportscardsociety.com, links in the description. Give this video a like. Go ahead and subscribe because I'm pumping out these videos all the time. Lots of good content, lots of good videos. And check out this Market Movers tool. I'll include a link to it too. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off. But other than that, happy holidays. Thanksgiving is on Thursday. As when I'm shooting this is Tuesday night. I am moving to a different, to a loft, I guess. But it's an apartment to me. I call everything apartment because I don't live in the house and God knows how long. I just live in apartments and in cities. But anyway, so I'm moving. So I'm just still finding the time to shoot this thing. And holidays, an interesting year. 2020, right? It will be something we talk about for the rest of our lives this year. This is such a strange year. But we got Thanksgiving going on. There's a lot to be thankful for, right? We got NBA coming back. Overall, I'm in good health. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's in good health too. And it's just, there's a lot to be thankful for. And I just love Thanksgiving. And we have so much Christmas stuff coming out that I wish we could actually focus on the thankfulness a little more because life is just so fast. It's so fast. I don't know how I went on this tangent here, but I'm human. You're human. These things are real. Like basketball's great, sports cards are great, but life is great, and there's a lot to be thankful for. Thanksgiving coming up just makes me think about that because it's been such a strange year. But you know what? We'll get through it, and as long as we're still here kicking, that's life, I guess. All right, no more rant. Stay classy. You're awesome. Happy holidays.